This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does without me lifting a finger, so I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
Sometimes life can feel pretty disorienting, as if we find ourselves turned around in the woods. But never fear, because we are never truly lost. And with the help of the wilderness, along with footsteps from the past and the present, we will unlock the tools that will help us to rewrite our journey here on the Project Mindfully Outdoors podcast.
Endurance. It isn't just simply a physical concept. It's one that transcends our bodies and enters the realm of the mind and the soul. But what does it mean to truly endure? Is it about summiting a towering mountain against howling winds? Or is it finding stillness within the eye of the storm, both internally and externally? Imagine that you're standing at the trailhead of one of the most challenging hikes that you were to ever undertake. The sun has barely begun to creep up over the horizon, and you can't help but to ask yourself, what can I truly endure? Is it the steep incline or the uncertainty of the path that lays ahead? Perhaps it's something much deeper. And what if I were to tell you that the answers to these questions could very well hold the keys to unlocking your truest potential? Think about that last outdoor adventure. Did you face any challenges? Did you have to push through some discomfort? Those moments of physical strain often mirror the mental hurdles that we encounter in everyday life. I remember my very first long distance hike. I was a little unprepared. I was very uncertain about the expanses of the journey that laid ahead. But the deeper that I ventured into the trail, the more I realized that endurance isn't simply about the absence of discomfort. It's about the presence of resilience, curiosity, and a deep desire to discover what lays beyond the limits that we put upon ourselves. Let's go a little bit deeper and push ourselves a little harder to discover and strengthen that muscle of endurance. Ask ourselves this simple question: are we seeking growth? Are we building our connection with nature? Or perhaps we are yearning for a clearer understanding of ourselves. I want you to join me as we explore the dimensions of endurance through our experiences within the outdoor world. When was the last time that you felt uncomfortable within Mother Nature or within any aspect of your life, really? You know, just a few weeks ago, before the weather began to improve, I took one of my last winter hikes into the mountains. Now, I expected the beauty and the tranquility, but what unfolded was a test of my limits. The icy winds, they stung my cheeks, and despite my best intentions, my fingers began to go numb. I had to decide whether I was going to make the push through the pain or simply retreat to the warmth and safety of the truck. In that moment, I pondered, what am I really trying to endure this for? And if I took a step back, perhaps it wasn't just about the weather or the physical demands, but instead it was about wrestling with vulnerability. And isn't that really the core part of being human? Let's think about this aspect of humanity and of ourselves as we take on the challenges that lay ahead in the coming days and weeks, or the next time that you get out into nature. Think about what it is that you can endure. Is it the elements, the summit, or even more difficult than that sometimes, the solitude? Because can we really consider what that internal battle looks like that we all have to face? How do we navigate the rugged terrains of life? And remember that as we discuss endurance here on this episode, we're not only talking about what we can withstand in the physical challenges that we put ourselves in, but we're talking about how to embrace those challenges, both in nature and within ourselves, in order to push past those limits that we utilize to hold ourselves back. This, my friend, is how we gain true autonomy over our journey. And I'd really love to hear your stories about overcoming not only the challenges, but what it was like and how you embraced and found the strength to endure all the challenges that come up. So share your experiences with me over our social media platforms, or drop me an email and tell me about it. And as we wrap up today's episode, I encourage you to embrace your own journey with endurance. Every challenge and every movement that we walk within discomfort holds a lesson just waiting for you to discover. Hey, my friend, it's Mike. And as we wrap up this episode, I want to take a moment to say thank you for being a part of this vast and growing community. You know, it means a lot to me that we're able to connect and share our journeys, because hearing each other's voices and where we've been, it helps us to shape a better understanding, not only of who we are, but where we're going. And I'd also invite you to swing over to projectmindfullyoutdoors.co. Check out all the amazing articles that are there in order to help you unlock the tools to rewrite that journey that you're on. And then sign up for a meditation call. And until next time, get out there in the wilderness. That's where the stillness and the adventure lie. See ya.